Hey, welcome back. Thank you for listening to Piece of Chaos. Well, it's been a couple weeks, and I've done some traveling, and I figured something out, and it has really started me thinking. So, well, I didn't figure it out, but it's got me thinking. So I want to think about it some more with you. So I went on this trip, and I used to travel a lot, like a lot of airline travels, a lot of miles. I did not like that part at all. Not that I was afraid of flying necessarily. It's just excessively boring. Now, it can be a good chance to creatively get a break and a solid, focused, uninterrupted time to focus on things. For that, it's kind of keeps you sane. But you can't do that for the whole flight. It's just the most uncomfortable. It couldn't be more uncomfortable, I don't think. Like, I don't think they could come up with a way to make it more uncomfortable. Maybe if you had to stand, that would be the only way it would be more uncomfortable. I'm not a big person. I'm not tall. I'm just regular. My height is regular, I would say, average. And I'm uncomfortable. There was a man that sat on the plane in front of me that was so big that he was in the same seat as me, and I couldn't take it. And he was a giant man. I don't know if he was a former NFL player or what, but he was a giant, and I felt so bad for him. I mean, he was much wider than the seat, but he was not like a big fat guy or anything. He was just a gigantic man, and he was sitting in this seat, and it's just terrible. So anyway, I didn't have the best flight, and I get this weird jet lag now because I don't fly as often. I think it's more of a shock to my system. I think I used to fly so much that I got used to it, but now if I fly once or twice, do that trip once or twice a year, and that's about it. And it just knocks me out. I cannot sleep correctly, well at all, usually the first night. But sometimes there's a delay. It's like this delayed onset jet lag. At least I'm finding that for me. And, it was horrible. It was just horrible. I feel so badly for people who have chronic insomnia, because it is just the worst. Now, if I didn't have anything to do and I knew I could kind of sleep in and that I'd eventually maybe fall asleep, that'd be fine. But I knew that there was an alarm clock coming my way, and just watching the clock tick the hours by, not sleep, just closing your eyes and just lay there, and oh man, torture. I know I did sleep a little because I had a really strange dream, but it was not enough. And it was really crazy. And obviously with, the since the pandemic and with people talking about how much COVID is going around, you're like, okay, what did I get sick now? Because I just had a headache and I just didn't feel well. And I didn't feel like just having my typical morning, which is, I'm pretty typical, exactly the same kind of thing every morning, standard breakfast thing and coffee, as you do. And I just didn't feel, actually what happened was I was walking to where I was going and I went into a Dunkin' Donuts to get coffee and the line was too long, so I couldn't wait. So, and then I just went straight to what I needed to do. And I didn't really give it much thought, but by result of that, I just didn't have coffee. And by the end of the day, I had to get on a plane, and I just had the worst headache. I was so uncomfortable and feeling unlike myself. And then I realized when I woke up the next day and had coffee, but even though I still kind of had that weird headache, but then I had coffee, and I felt like $1,000,000. And I thought, coffee, you bastard. It's so diabolical that something seemingly so innocuous just, and I'm not a crazy coffee drinker. I just have a cup of coffee, and by cup in the modern era, I mean a Yeti, which is 20 ounces of coffee. So, I guess compared to the diner mug of coffee, it's more than one cup. But either way, I'm not filling it up all day. I'm not having espressos at 3 p.m. Just the regular cup of coffee. But that headache, as soon as I drank the coffee, I was like, oh yeah, I didn't have coffee for 24 hours, and I feel horrible. And I don't like that. I don't like that grip of such a simple thing to feel so bad. But then I also think, well, is that the worst thing? Cup of coffee? Whatever. Anything to avoid that headache, right? And it just, it really got me thinking about these things that we become accustomed to doing every day that we don't think are a big deal. And then as you get older, they start to add up. They start to impact you more. It's very interesting. Very interesting phenomenon. But coffee, but I don't know what to do about it. Like, do I want to take, I'm sure that the withdrawal, I should look that up. The withdrawal symptoms for caffeine addiction, maybe be a week of horrible days like that. To get off coffee. I'm gonna look into that. I'm surprised I haven't before, but that one really got me thinking. So, but it'd be a shame because coffee is delicious. Like it's a amazing thing, coffee. But I don't think, like, if you quit coffee, can you just have a cup at some point and just stop having it every day and just enjoy it like in super moderation? Maybe that's the move. Go through the withdrawal period, whatever it might be, as if I don't have a Google machine in front of me. I'm just trying to be present in the conversation. But, yeah, it's worth exploring because that was uncomfortable for, in two ways. It was physically uncomfortable, but it was mentally uncomfortable to realize that was the issue. So, yeah, very interesting. I had a very interesting week. It was funny because I had a couple conversations with folks who are, I think, we were all kind of in the same scenario where we are generally introverts, but we can harness the powers of extroversion if necessary, but it takes a lot out of you. And just it's mentally taxing, and I think exponentially so since the pandemic. Having all that time off, being so socially distanced from people in person is wonderful and just so much better. But it is an awful lot of work mentally. And so that stress, I think is something to only, to also have in moderation. And yeah, so lots of lessons learned this week. I hope everyone had a great week. And I think that's going to be it. I have a bunch of guest invites out because we started up Comedy Ahoy again. told you a couple of weeks ago. We restarted Comedy Ahoy. Oh yeah, I told the story about the guy who told me I sucked. Yeah. But as a result, kind of igniting some of my relationships with comics in town, and getting bookings for Comedy Ahoy moving, and that means I'm in contact with folks again and chatting about things and getting them on the podcast. So that'll be fun because it's just so easy. It's so much easier now that we're established with the, online things. So being on someone's podcast isn't a nightmare or a drive. It's just a meeting, but a very funny meeting. And so looking forward to that quite a bit. And I'm going to plug it for him, but I hope to have him on for the release of Blake Wexler's comedy special. I think it's coming out at the end of this month, September 28th. So I'd love to get him on the show and talk about that and plug that. It's going to be great. There's a clip up on YouTube and on Twitter and wherever. It's getting released on 800 Pound Gorilla. So you know what? I'm going to go to the Google machine and I'm going to look up the title because I don't want to mess this one up. Blake Wexler special. Isn't this fun? Listening to me type. 800 Pound Gorilla debut stand-up special. I think it's called Daddy Longlegs, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Go to the Instagram. Yep, I got it right. Daddy Longlegs, 9/28. I'll throw a trailer link up in the show notes here, but hope to have Blake back on. You know him, you love him. He's been on the show a bunch. He's just the best. He's back in Philly now. And I'm sure we can talk some Eagles as well. 2-0. And I didn't get to see the game, but it was funny when I went to the airport. I saw a woman there, and we were definitely in a rival territory, wearing an Eagle shirt. I was like, "Boy, you're brave," But we were gonna miss the game because we'd be in flight. So I said, "Boy, you're brave wearing that Eagles shirt here." And it was funny. We had a little chat. We were hoping that we'd be able to at least watch the game on the flight, but the Wi-Fi that you pay for on airplanes also sucks, and you can't stream anything. So unless it's something that they're already licensed to show on television, you can't stream it. So we couldn't see the game. But I'm very confused at where football landed. So I guess YouTube basically owns the broadcast rights to NFL now, which is interesting. So good for them. Hey, it's still, it's a good product. It was just, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but the only TV live I watch really would be sports. So baseball, football. And they're making it so difficult to watch these sports. I understand that they are running a business and subscribing to a streaming service to watch sports. You'll do because you're, a fan. But people who are not fans don't casually watch it. And it just seems very strange to me. Like, it's almost like you're going to lose customers, like, eventually, or like there's more. I don't know, man. I don't know. To monetize the free access to the game, I feel like, they sell so much merch and the ticket sales and stuff. It seems like it's crazy that to even watch the games, you have to pay. They're doing the same thing with soccer. Subscribe to watch Messi play in the Major League Soccer. I mean, it's one thing. The NFL already had an established audience, and they basically just charged them all to watch their product. It's pretty amazing. They got us hooked for 35 years, and then they just said, "You know what? if you really want to watch these games, you got to pay us just to watch them at home, which used to be free. And same with baseball. And soccer, which is sort of new to the U.S., never had that free audience traction, but now you have to pay to see it. It's just very strange. Strange model to me. But anyway, thank you guys so much for checking this out. I just think it's amazing. I saw, I meant to bring up the city. I'll remember next week to give a shout out, but there was a city in India that I had some downloads, and I was like, what is going on? Very interesting. India is very interesting to me. I'd really like to go there someday. Almost went once. But, yeah. So that is the show this week. I really appreciate each and every one of you for downloading this, checking it out, subscribing, whatever. If you want to leave a review, that'd be cool. But it doesn't really matter, does it? We are on a rock flying through space. So to even connect with anyone in this manner is kind of crazy. And so anyway, have a great one. Hope you are well. Hope your loved ones are well and that you're well. And have a great one, and chat with you soon. Thanks.
I said to myself, this fair ain't never gonna go too well. But why should I try to resist when, baby, I know too well that I've got you under my skin. I'd sacrifice anything come what might for the sake of having you near, in spite of a warning voice that rings in the nights, repeats and repeats in my ear. Don't you know, little fool, you ain't never gonna win. Use your mentality, wake up to reality. But each time I do, just the thought of you makes me stop just before I begin. Yes, I've got you under my skin. Hey there, you with the stars in your eyes, love never made